Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Age Mythology Replay. So on the right side is the orange Susanoo. We got Vindicare, which, for some reason, that name sounds familiar. Is that a name from Red Alert 3? Oh no, that was Vindies. Either way, spawn bottom left side is the red Freyr. We got Ronin. When it comes to the major gods, Susanoo is a focus on myth units and god powers. Tributes favor per Bushido tier. Invoking god powers to make the other ones 25% cheaper. And to use this initial god power to make other ones cheaper. And unit special ability, both human soldier and myth units recharge 25% faster. And for his unique upgrade, Crushing Waves increase myth unit speed and gives them +1 divine damage. Should be I think it's a very nice upgrade, particularly for the Susanoo. Go with Inari Okami. And of course, this here, it's like Oronso's Stun, less responsive, but it's probably meant to be a cheap mythological upgrade to make all of these other ones cheaper. So use that to get other god powers, in my opinion. It's a multiplier aspect. Freyr, of course, is the focus on technology and defense. Has a potent defense god power. The skill and berserk is more powerful for age. Technologies cost half, but take a much longer to research. Good trade-off, I would say. Hill forts and hill fort units do +7 of damage. He's actually pretty strong with mass ballista. And repairing is free. Dwarves and gatherers can repair. His unique upgrade here, improve the hit points of all units. It does get cheaper as you start researching more upgrades. For his age up, Olar's usually the default. Freyr is not a bad option for him either. Asgardian Bastion, you get an early Asgardian Bastion, which means you get early Huskarls. An upgrade to make you get early portable battering rams. Very nice. And reduce the cost, so it's now, what, 40 favor? Very nice to have. And Longhouse units are faster, and they are staying still, then they can have a bit of zoomies. Draugr is a decent myth unit, but have to rely on their upgrade being decent in my opinion. For as far as okay god power, Vulgar is a mounted healer. That's always very useful. Cavalry and speed and hit points is always very nice. And hit points at 10% and able to go to hero early. Overall, both are good options, though Olar is definitely the fan favorite. For Susanoo, Inari Okami is usually the fan favorite, but Mita Katomi is also pretty good. Swamplands is a bit more of overpowered god power in my opinion. Jorogumo is a decent frontline myth unit. Wisdom 9 gives your Kitsune more health and double stack speed limits. Came to go very nice with the Crushing Wave for the Kitsune. Ivory Netsukune gives you gold when your myth units start doing damage, so against units, which is very nice to have. So good for your Kitsune to go around biting villagers. And additional cavalry hit points is moon speed. Minakatomi gives you the Shrine of Hunt. Upgrade your shrines to Shrines of Hunt, which gives spawn off free deer and defensive wolves. The deer, of course, also improve favor generation as well as are delicious to eat. And the wolves are just a decent defensive unit, which also do get the divine damage from Crushing Wave. This guy is a floating siege unit that does crushing damage with damage over time, divine damage, so it's a weird unit. Faster hunting, which I think is Age of Empires 3 icon. Your ranged soldiers do 10% more damage and +1 maximum range. Very nice to have. And your ranged soldiers and siege weapons cost 15% less. He is a good god, don't get me wrong. Inari Okami is by default for Susanoo, but Minakatomi is excellent as well. All the three minor gods, first minor gods, are great for the Japanese effect. Very few of the minor gods in total in all the ages are bad for the Japanese, I would say. Just some are just better than the others, of course. Let's see, Skull of Creops gives you monkeys, 6 monkeys. I wonder if they get affected by Crushing Wave divine damage. Probably not, I think they classify as animals. A bit of snare for your ranged soldiers, which is very nice to have. System of Bast. Villagers are cheaper. That's okay. Not great, but it does add up. Dwarven Calipers make your siege weapons cost less. Oh no. for Freyr, who's already has a bit, honestly, on the borderline overpowered ballista, that could make them 20% cheaper. Oh boy. Looks like blue or orange finds a good number of goats. Goats are, of course, the goat. Red does not find as many goats. We actually do have the less common option of Katatomi. Temple here by Freyr. First shrine to hunt could be this one here. Actually, not a super great. Oh, it skims the gold and skims what forest it has while skimming the chickens. So, how much fairy is she providing? 0.8, equivalent to a now much more now with the nearby pieces of venison. This guy does do crush damage. His only damage he can do against infantry units is his passive blaze effect, which is more potent than poison or bleed damage. Poison bleed damage is really pathetic. Honestly, do have. Let's slow down since both players age up past the initial economic phase. You have a Bushi hero, got some Naginata riders, more deer, more wolves. Apparently, in I looked up Japanese mythology. Most mythology looks down upon wolves. The Japanese mythology is different. They actually look positively on wolves in their mythology. They're more like guardians, spirit and animals, rather than aggressive creatures. To the point where a lot of societies consider them almost demons. Bushi getting hit pretty hard by the Ulfsark. Naginata is trying to engage him. He's trying to pick up the relic there. And we'll manage to skip the Bushi out. More deer being summoned. How's her? She's at 9 favor, which is slightly higher than a Greek villager collecting up favor. Their base collection rate is 0.08, which then gets soft capped at 8 villagers. So now she's providing good favor income. Oh, looks like the Kitsune has gone down. Arceer booped the snoot a little bit too hard. Number of berries there. I looked up the shrine's favorite gathering rate. It rates, of course, the favorite gather rate based on the capacity of the resource nearby. So these deer that get summoned occasionally, they'll add up to the favor generation. And food is rated higher than gold, which is rated higher than wood. Wood is easiest to max out capacity due to the high density. Gold, the 6,000 gold deposits, of course, have very high density. And food is rated highest, which the deposits are actually not too high. Let's just take a look at this berry deposit, for example. 150 times what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, in the middle of the berry bushes doesn't actually offer too much favor generation. And looks like the Asgardian Bastion is being summoned. Erdman can help build it. Down south we do have Naginata Riders trying to make an opening. Erdman engaging. He does actually have some upgrades on these Erdmen. He has copper shields. That's pretty early for that, honestly. It's just me, or does copper shields seem a little bit too early for Freyr? Because that makes sense for Thor, but for Freyr, that's actually pretty early. Sure, he has a discount on it, don't get me wrong. But I'm sort of surprised he actually has that early. Usually blacksmith upgrades get pushed off the last moment. We got a round of monkeys here. No crushing wave research, so I don't know if the monkeys get affected by it. It's the relic monkey. It says magic monkey, but I think they're not classified as a myth unit. I think they're classified as animal. The wolves are affected by crushing wave, just making them ever so slightly more effective as a defensive unit. Don't know if they get age up stats. But these are classified as myth units. Got some Huskarls there and Erdman with a couple Herseers. There's Crushing Wave. Guess we'll find out. Do Monkey become Monkey? Nope, monkeys do not get affected by Crushing Waves, but go to the wolves. You see they get +1 divine damage. We have Raijin being queued on up for the lightning doggos, the two-tailed lightning doggos. Which he can, the most similar counterpart to the Raiju is the Battle Boar. Raiju's a little bit faster. I think the Battle Boar is a bit more durable. Raiju's actually really fast. 6.3 with 2 Kitsunes putting the movement speed. They can get like the 7.3 with their upgrade as well. If you like harassing with the Kitsune, try mixing some Raijus when you get a chance. Plus, you can also make the God Powers cheaper for that aspect as well. Speaking of which, you can summon the God Powers, which calls to make the Shrine of the Hunt cheaper. It'd be good to go for Thunderous Burst before going for the Kusanagi. This is primarily just meant to make the other God Powers cheaper. I think the recast costs like 15, something dirt cheap. And which will make this, what, 20 cheaper? So you effectively get this, you can employ this for free to make everything else cheaper. There's the Raiju upgrade. Increase the damage by 35% and speed by 10%. So they're not shock troops, they're shock doggos. Castle going on up. We do have Ager being put on the field, which is something I want to point out with him. Of course, Temp is a very good god power. You got the Rock Giants, Granite Giants, Feast are now for food generation and health regen. But 9 ways increase the damage of siege weapons, along with Freyr's bonus damage for siege weapons, Hill Fort units. They're borderline overpowered. They're difficult to deal with, to say the least. Watasumi already queued on up as well. Actually, he's about to age up as well. We're going to see a fast mythic. Freyr's going for his heroic now. Going back to Watasumi. Provides the Dragon Typhoon, Shingami. Another round of them. Shinobis get Smoke Bomb, move faster. Better Ojamoyu and Asymmetrical Bow. It's a bit more effective for like counter range stuff, but that god power is pretty good to go with long Susanoo, so maybe going for the god power. Who knows, maybe we'll go straight for age 5. I wonder, god powers get 75% cheaper of age 5. The Raiju upgrade, there was a Hajin mask, which he may have already got it. No, here, Den drums. Reduce the cost by 20%. Is that additively and multiplicatively applied to the age 5 effect? If multiplicatively, it means diminishing returns. If it's additively, geometrically, then that in theory means god powers cost 95% less. I hope that's not the case. If it is, I want to see players go more often fast wonder Susanoo. It starts just raining down everything. He sees his opponent's gone for a number of Huskarls as well as Herseers. So Samurai is the better option, which is generally the other god, which is Takamichi, which gives more focus on Samurai and also give them another what's called Masterless Strike upon death. Of course, that's assuming he wants to go for Samurai. He supports Shinobi and mounted Yumi archers, while the other one does support Yari spearmen and Samurai. And against the Norse, Samurai may be the better option. Though the Shinobi would be a good counter to the throwing axeman, which was like throwing to the counter to the Samurai, so I can see both. Correlations, Feast of Renown, Bowsaw. I just realized that's actually red sounds and not orange. Does eat the villagers. They were quite delicious. They taste like pork. After all, the closest approximation to human meat is pork. Orange still in one town center. So it's 36 versus 41 villagers. Red's on 2. Hill Fort. Ox Cart. And with a Nara economy, go for a pair of Kitsune, and these Rajus moving at 7.3. Granted, Kitsune will be moving at 7.2, which is still really fast. Up here, we do have good number of Herseers. More Mikos, more Yumi archers, mounted Yumi archers, ballistics, copper weapons. And definitely when it comes to the order of God of Powers, definitely go for your H4 God of Power first, so your other 2 God of Powers can make it cheaper immediately by 40%, I think. I don't know if it was additively or multiplicatively. I think it's multiplicatively. But still, make it even cheaper. Well, I should go for Den drums. But that's only meant for, you can get that before recasting. Those villagers are getting quite delicious. There's the Dragon Typhoon. There's Gillen Bersetti. There's Tempest. Red brings God Powers here. I'm not sure where the, there's the, Dragon Typhoon. Was there anything there? Was that a misclick? Orange Army Large goes down, 43 versus 50. The Gillen Bersetti is classified as a divine hero, which does not have the divine protection. So in theory, Zeus's bolt should be able to bolt it. We do now Hell being queued on up, rather than Age or Vidar. Actually, less common of 2. Hell will give you access to the other 3 giants, so he has all 4 giants, as was a Nidhogg. More Yumi archers going for Den drum. His next shrine does cost 75, which could make the other 2 God Powers cheaper. Go for Thunderous Burst first, then Kusanagi, and then the shrine, another Hunt of the Shrine. Nope, there's a Draugr. You're now the Joji. I have no idea how to pronounce some of these words. There's some sort of form of forerun. Looks like a good number of Mikos here for healing. How's it going on up? And you go for Thunderous Burst. Good spot for a shrine. Could be next to this gold deposit along the trees. There's Nidhogg. Thunderous Burst should be cast relatively soon. Yep, there's Thunderous Burst. Could bring in the Kusanagi as well. And the Nidhogg gets shot down by the Onjumayos. Got a pretty good amount of crush damage. The Nidhogg probably has only 80% crush armor. Bears get knocked around. Kusanagi gets summoned, knocks around some of these units. His next Dragon Typhoon costs 158, very affordable right now. Another Shrine of Hunt, so it's now down 119. And right now he's on Bushi tier 3, so that's heavy units. Next round, we'll give him another 100 favor to work with. I have a feeling there's going to be a Dragon Typhoon here soon. Open up the conflict of the Dragon Typhoon, wipe out everything here. Instantly kills off all those units. Frost Giant, Fire Giant getting quite damaged as well. Those getting hit. These guys are heroes, but also siege units having high crush damage, 85 crush damage. Council's only at 10% crush armor at the moment. You have now the Rampager, makes his myth units effectively train instantly. So you can try sneak a temple around the backside and then summon an army of your spare favor. Probably a good idea to go for another Kusanagi relatively soon. 12 favor to get everything else costing less. Now a shrine there, that's a pretty good time for a shrine to hunt if it was off cooldown. This shrine's incomplete. The drop trees here still count as favor generation. It is a good idea to complete it. The 6,000 gold there. This will also provide favor. Maybe a good idea to go for the soccer shrines there to get some replacement cherry trees as well. Just get more favor generation. Brings at 57, 58 per minute. Another Kusanagi summon there. Those are largely missed. Next one is Thunder's Burst at 51 favor and dirt cheap, which could make this additional 40 cheaper approximately. Costing 51 favor to make the other one 41 cheaper, not to mention making the Shrine of Hunt cheaper to recast that for cheap as well. Gotta keep the ball rolling. We'll go with Shrine of Hunt wouldn't be half bad either. Though probably best to go for Thunderous Burst first, but it's a bit more convenient to summon another Shrine of Hunt. Favor right now, 12 villagers on favor generation, very good for Susanoo. And right now 64 favor per minute, and of course putting this to a Shrine of Hunt will also improve it. Going for Hunter Strength and asymmetrical bows, giving him +3 range for his ranged soldiers, very nice. Now Force Sun going down. Another Kusanagi is going to soon be available. That's a good idea to go for that ability first to make the other ones cheaper. Nope, there's 3 unclaimed town centers on the map. Granite Blood, with hit points of all the giants. Another Kusanagi there, and here comes another Dragon Typhoon. Cleans up the majority of the stuff over here. Good number of Miko's the front line, just get some frontline healing as well. Large number of Jarls, Goaty, probably just try and get anything in the field. It's when he gets Yumi Archer, Horse Archers, another Thunderous Burst summon. Just trying to hunt down to 25, get that cast on one of those shrines back line. Sure, you can make it cheap for the Kusanagi, but it's probably more focused to get the other 2 cheaper. Granite Blood now being researched. Fire Giants are probably the best call for red. Backline, good damage. Ironically, the Portal Barbarians have 85% crush armor, so they're actually a bit more vulnerable to the Onjamoji with their high crush damage. Yep. Clicking the skull deposit now. Both these builds can be summoned. I say go for the Shrine Hunt while you can. Get the building cooldown, long cooldown. Because that would probably make his next Dragon Typhoon affordable. Miko goes down. Right now, looks like he's at 69 favor per minute. Queued up the high-end mask, give the infantry increased lifesteal, 10% lifesteal, and 15% hit points. Good number of Huskarls here, very good against the Universal Archers. There goes another Shrine Hunt. You really want to make sure he gets maximum discount to Shrine Hunt. He's really min-maxing it. Problem is the cooldown for this is quite long, 3 minutes. And here comes another Dragon Typhoon. I don't think that one's really needed, but he will wipe this formation in no time. Other stuff in the back line's getting hit as well. Right now it's not only a heavy unit, so soon you have champion units plus 100 favor to spend with, which will keep his God Power charge ball going. Right now he's at 132. His next Dragon Typhoon costs 229. A Thunder Burst and another Kusanagi. I think he should start spamming with Kusanagi whenever he can. Now it's down to 219, a very much more affordable price. And with this upgrade here, he will soon have enough for it. The number of Huskarls charge away forward, which will of course counter range units. And the UV Horse Archers are classified as ranged soldier as well as cavalry. Unlike Erdman, they have good range armor. Orange's ground armor needs a bit more backbone behind it. Also, right now, Myth units may do just well as well. A good round of Raju. Because right now, he just simply can't win the army fights. His opponent's army's been constantly destroyed, but nowhere, but not been able to just push forward. Samurai would probably be a good call at this current rate. Also, even just Shinobi, then follow up with, he has access to a smoke bomb ability, so you could go smoke bomb on in, bring in Dragon Typhoon, destroys himself, then use Shinobi just to pick off anything that's left, and they have good crush damage. And thanks to the Shrine of the Hunts, he's actually been maintaining zero need for farms. He has so far 0 farms in the field, which is really impressive. Granted, he's only been on 1 village queue in the entire game. He's at 65 versus 100. This one's also going for ox caravans as well. Oh, another Susanoo has been summoned. Here comes another Dragon Whirlwind. He can go for another Thunderous Burst and Shrine the Hunt. Doing mound damage on the backline to a good number of villages as well. There's a Thunderous Burst as well. Knocking back, providing some good amount of crowd control, doing some great AoE. Susanoo fell right here. Has his charge attack ready to go. Another Shrine Hunt can be summoned. Looks like he's going to just wait for it when it gets cheaper than the Kusanagi. His favorite generation has gone down to 49 per minute. If you want to preserve his gold deposit, go for some deer caravans. Pumbaa went down. Yeah, it looks like that one's maxed out on wolves. See here, deer being summoned.
Nani?
Yeah, Orange has not been able to close out the game. Doesn't have enough villagers on the... Actually, not building any more villagers. He's actually infinite queuing Mikos. Okay. Wait, he's infinite queuing Mikos and he has 0 farms in the field. And Mikos get trained pretty quickly. Okay, now he's gone back to villager production. He has 2 town centers at least. Red's gone for a 4th town center now. Another Kusanagi there. Orange's villages will be going down. Old Sark's is going to slice them apart. We got a good number of defensive doggos here. 10, 21 damage, so they do receive staff bonuses. Another Shrine the Hunt on the front line, I guess. Rock Granite Giant does get some taunting. Next Dragon Typhoon costs 125 favor. Guess what he is summoning? All those guys died immediately. And there's actually a number of wounded villagers back here, but it looks like they'll miss the typhoon. These guys building some houses up there. And it looks like the Ox Caravan trade line may be going on down. Throwing axemen in the back line. Of course, they will get countered by the Forest Archers as they are not being countered. Oh, here, got the Elf Sarks pushing forward. Number of wolves here still available for defense. 9 Watchtower. Going for Watchtower now. The thing is about these Elf Sarks, there's a large number of wolves here, not to mention the town center. More deer being summoned. The shrines have been very successful in extra defense. Susanoo's now 17 Miko's got enough favor. Another Kusanagi there. Next Dragon Typhoon is 225 favor. Next Thunderous Burst is 54, so it's available now. More Granite Giants being summoned. Self was low enough that the movement speed got knocked down the line. Let's see, next Dragon Typhoon is 169 favor. Next one's probably Kusanagi, though trying to hunt costs 65, but knowing him, he's probably gonna go for Kusanagi first. When it comes to income, Freyr's out of food, has gold and wood to work with, which Huskarls do cost. And over here, Susanoo's actually out of gold. And just simply out of gold. No ox caravans or deer caravans. Miko up here. And that... there's some gold here. 6,000 deposit. So, orange has gold inside the map. It's just maybe hard to tell since his color is also orange, a similar color to gold. Does find this fortified town center, giving Red some breathing room over here. Red's also a maxed out population. Red also has a good number of ox caravans. He might be maxed out on them. Huskarls push forward does find a bunch of exotic doggos. 49 of 60, that's basically maxed out. Another Kusanagi gets hit. Goes for a Dragon Typhoon as well. Which way will it travel? This way. So, got a good amount of damage on these forces, does not pick it off. Another Shrine Hunt could be summoned, that's already a Shrine to Hunt. There's a Shrine to Hunt there. Hunts all the doggos. Howdy. And looks like this Granite Giant's actually going down. Actually, no, he doesn't actually have the Granite Giant upgrade. It does go down to the Wolves. Doing good. You? All Sarks and Rax Raiders pushing forward. We've got the Yumi Horse Archers pushing down south. Yumi or Miko getting hit here. Trying to build another town center. Orange built one up here. The Rock Giant does do another little taunt there onto the Wolf. Wolves providing just enough massive front line. Got some of these units there. Large number of deer caravans. And looks like this Grand Rock Giant's also getting bitten by the wolves. Frost Giant here. Next God Power looks like Thunderspurs. He's actually out of favor at the moment. Next favor drop will give him 150. But he's pretty far away from it. He has not been doing too many myth units, nor dojo units, or really any, to start charging this up. For Civilization, I'd probably Susanoo. All the god powers. This is like a Susanoo build that I just like. Just spam out god powers. This build must be really frustrated feeling with all the god powers though. What that would change is probably I'd swap out Minakatomi with Onari Okami. And focus more on the Rajus and the Kitsune or mobile hit squads since they're high speed. What's getting hit? I'm hearing something getting hit. Ah, it's a villager stabbing a wall. Sounds about right. We're in the town center there. You do have a Titan Gate queued on up by red. 9 waves being queued on up. A large amount of deer caravans being queued on up to over here, of course. Been a bit of a late transition to that. May want to stop the village production, honestly, if you wanted to free up population for deer caravans. Once this town center gets built, it'll help out with deer caravans, get a big round of them spawn in the field. Maybe some extra fortifications would be very nice here. Maybe some basic walls. Villagers can get hacked apart. Let's see, Susanoo's actually out of gold though, that's his problem. Came forward watchtowers. Maybe a Shrine of Hunting too will help out with the defense over here, but that favorite cost for them is getting pretty expensive. So I think the base cost of all these god powers is being pretty expensive for him. Oh, got a bit of lag spike there. Been streaming as an actual streaming for a couple years now, but mostly before that, YouTube videos for a long time. Started with Grey Goo and Comfy Heroes 2. Still do Comfy Heroes 2. Been a while since last touched Grey Goo. Deer caravans being summoned. Let's see, they have a load of 91, pretty good trade rate. First news opponent's Ox Caravans has 98, which is also pretty good. Usually I see people get around the 60s. And yet, her Orange has not built a single farm yet. As much as like I prefer Onari Kami, and the Swamplands, the Shrine of Hunts have been very good with them, keeping very well fed. Shigami does get deployed out there. Got a nice little Kusanagi again. Next Dragon Typhoon is 171, which he has enough for it. Maybe gotta go for Thunder's Burst before that point. But Orange right now has just been having trouble closing out the game. Now got some of the heavy ballista, which are going to be very vulnerable to Dragon Typhoons. Probably one reason why he has not been mass producing them, because Dragon Typhoons probably just rip them apart. So right now he's at 63 favorites per minute versus 0. Huskarl's being cleaned on up. Revenant Shigami getting hit. We've got some Jarls being on the field. On my own personal time, not on streams. Occasionally there's a good one that pops up, but it's been a while since there's been any good games out lately. Mostly just lately, just Stellaris. A pair of Revenant Shigami's there. Draugr firing away. Tempo now going on up. More Yari Spearmen, more Shigami being pulled in the field, more Mikos. And Red is actually getting the Titan Gate now going. Generally, yes. I mostly just play RTS and War Thunder because I hate myself. Those units getting some damage done. Huskarl's throwing X and push way forward. Freyr has started running low on wood, has 49 villagers on wood. Of course, got 60 Ox Caravans, good amount of food there, so it has quite a good economy. Right now, Susanoo may just want Eye for a wonder at the current rate, but he's lacking food for it. Not familiar with Hollow Knight. It's like a platformer, right? Never really played any of the platformers. Well, it was a Super Mario DS. 3DS was probably the last one No, it was just regular DS. Last one I played. And that was, what, 10? No, well over 10 years ago. Some horse here is there, but sort of being streamed in one at a time. Got a good number of fortifications here. A large number of fortifications. Look at the mini map. You can see all these forts on the map here, the hill forts. Heading down south. Number of exotic doggos here for defense. Got some watchtowers being built here as well. More of the Yari spearmen, more of the Yumi horse archers. Which myth unit's the strongest? I do prefer ranged myth units over regular myth units. Generally, I think the fire giant is... And also sort of say one that you could spam out in numbers rather than individually. Not like say, oh, here's a titan or anything of that sort. Generally, I would say the fire giant is pretty good. The manticore is pretty good as well. Medusa, Lampetes. Yeah, I would probably say Lampetes above Medusa, because double transfiguration, got one chaos in the insta-kill transfiguration, so 2 insta-kills while offering good damage. But just straight up damage, probably the fire giant. Now Shigami's getting resummoned, of course, as they start going down. Orange's Titan Gate almost pulled around the field. I think, did Red complete his? It hasn't started pulling out, has he? Nope, it is being pulled out. Emir's almost pulled in the field, 53 more seconds. Then we are Arami no Orochi. I forget what it's called. The 8-headed snake. God power? Pod meteor. Oh, bok bok boom. I don't think you want that answer though. Probably meteor is the most fun. Though Son of Osiris is very fun, but not as great as meteor in my opinion. There's a Dragon Typhoon. Main task help siege down some of the stuff here. Eliminate this town so it will of course reduce the income through trade. Though Freyr has over 11,000 in bank. Mir now got deployed in the field. The Titan Gate can be summoned by Orange. I don't think he started it though. Got some villagers here. Yeah, the Titan Gate will possibly be started right there, next to the monkeys. Forgot that he had the monkey relic. Titan Gate's being started by Orange now. Red's Titan's engaging this town center, which will deny quite a bit of trade, though this one's still a good backup. Miko's not exactly anti-Titan unit, probably need to get a good number of Bushis on the field. Otomusha and Daimyos could be useful. I think Bushis in this situation would be better. Can bring another Thunderous Burst. That'd be good against suppressing the other parts of the army. Susanoo has a full military force in the field. Where? I'm not sure. Oh, there's been other Revenants. Or Shigamis. In this town center now, Red's already building this town center. This town center goes down, greatly loses maximum population for Orange. I still don't know. There's so many Shigamis on the field. That's probably where all this population is getting locked in. Each one's what? 3 population is not too bad. The Emir's blitzing towards this town center. That's this Orange's last town center.
Nani?
Wait, red is booting a wonder out. Red's going for a wonder, very nice. Now we got the final Bushido tier, which means a big stockpile of favor. If he spawns, use one of these other god powers, and you have enough for another dragon typhoon. I think orange just sort of ran out of steam. He's running low on population space. He's down to 140, which 53, probably 60. He probably has like 40 population for military. So I think red has pulled out a very well-deserved victory. As much like orange's plays out, red has played it, just hung on. Titan taking some damage there. Orange has a Titan gate available, but not currently using it. A big herd of deer. United States. I am from the United States. So right now, if I remember correctly, your guys' time zone, it must be first in the morning for y'all, 6 o'clock, depending on daylight savings and time zone. So somewhere between like 4 and 8 o'clock, I have to guess. Wolves spotting some of these guys here. What orange has been doing is orange has been going AFK. Feels like orange has been just going AFK at this point. Am I crazy? Replay goes on. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Oh, there's another Dragon Typhoon, but it feels like orange is out of the game. He has no population space to work with. He's also not building any units. So yeah, orange is effectively AFK at this moment. He's not building any units. And yep, and orange is back to the game now. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.